This is good. I haven't had a Stella in a little minute.
We got these for
I know, $6. That's crazy.
$6.
That's hella crazy.
No, they fucked up though, because it was supposed to be like, it said buy 2 or more, it's $12 each, and then she rung it up as $12 for
I
both.
think it was, yeah.
You guys got anything you want to say first?
We made an album.
They made an album.
Yeah.
We made an album.
You got any backstory you want to share about the album? You want to share some of the backstory about how long this has been coming?
Yeah. You give the lore first, and I can.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I think me and Jay lived together for 3 years and didn't do anything. And then he took a trip out here for 3 weeks and we made a whole album, which I think is pretty cool. And it's all, you know what I mean? It all just happens perfect timing. If we were supposed to make an album and we lived together, we would have. But we didn't, but now we did. So I think that's the cool part about it.
I mean, that pretty much sums it up. I mean, this is the thing. When this is the thing. This is how I look at it. So, we lived together for 3 years. We were both in different spots, not only in our careers but in life. So, the time just wasn't right. I originally flew out here to create an album for just myself and shoot some content, and then straight in the car from the plane, we're just bullshitting like, yo, we should make an album. We recorded it very hybrid. We recorded it in actually in the owner of music.
Yeah.
So we're still working on a deal right now. We're just trying not to get fucked too bad, but
We don't want to get fucked too bad.
yeah,
what I mean?
pause. I'll say half the album was recorded in HQ.
Yeah.
A quarter of it was recorded in Vegas, which was really fun. And then the other was at your crib, I think, right?
Yeah.
We're not
recorded
going to
this-
say where it
yeah.
was, but
We recorded this shit all over, man.
yeah.
We were with the vibes, bro. This fool pulled up and we're having fun making music. You know what I mean? So I feel like when we lived together, there was like almost like a pressure to do this shit.
Yeah,
There was like a pressure to like make an album, and we were like, we made a bunch of songs, but nothing cohesive like that. So I feel like it's cool that like this much time later, that shit just happened super naturally. You know what I mean? That wasn't even the plan. Like Jay said, this wasn't even the plan when that fool pulled up, but it's like, he pulled up and we just made a fucking album, man. We just kept making
Yeah.
songs wherever we were. Pull up to this studio, make a song at the crib, at HQ. We took a trip to Vegas, made some songs over there. Like just wherever we were, we just went around and we were just making music wherever. And I think it's cool that the listener might not know that, but at least for us, it's like wherever that song was made is kind of like a reflection of where we were at, what the vibe was. You know what I mean? Like, but we did have a sound in mind. We had a cohesive, like, it had to make sense. You know what I mean? And I think the whole project does make sense together.
I actually almost just leaked what the original plan for the album was going to be. I'm not going to say the name just in case we do it. You know what I'm
No,
talking
yeah,
about?
we
You know
have
what
to.
I'm talking about?
We
Yeah.
have to do that.
That's in due time.
Yeah,
that would be fire.
good. That would be good.
I'm not going to say it.
What was the name of the project?
XM.
XM.
Yeah, but the other name.
That's the point.
The other name of this album or the other?
The original project that never got recorded.
Yeah.
No, it's for us. You don't need to know
We
everything.
don't need to know everything, bro.
Talking to the camera. I'm not talking to you, bro. You know what I mean? This is one thing that I want to leave you with. Even though the interview or whatever the fuck is this, it just started. I want to leave you with this. I've noticed throughout life, you know, I say a lot of things. I throw a lot of shit at the wall. I don't hope it sticks. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But within that shit that's, you know what I mean, that's on the wall smeared, there's some real shit in there. And if you give a fuck about me, you're gonna take the time to understand that. So what I'm gonna tell you is this. Those that take life too serious don't take themselves serious. But those that take life too serious usually don't take themselves serious. But those that don't take things serious also don't take themselves serious. So I took this serious, but it's still fun. Because we take ourselves serious, but we don't take things too serious.
Exactly.
That's just one of the things.
That's just one of them, though.
That's just one of them.
We're just one of them.
And
There's a lot of them.
And life is about compromise. I wanted to hold the knife, but things don't always work out. It's about adjusting, and it's about accounting for what other people want to do as well. And I think that's why this album became one of my favorites, me personally, that I've done, because when you work with somebody that trusts your judgment and actually respects you as an artist, there's certain ideas that come together, and it's like, I might think that I know what I'm doing. And then Shad might say something like, oh, you should try this. If that ever happens, just do it. A lot of niggas be getting caught up like, nah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. For me to say that is be open to compromising and be open to other people's opinion, especially if you respect their opinion and their artistry. Because if you don't, you shouldn't be in a room with them anyway. And that's on you. Everybody does the same shit in a different way.
Yeah.
It's just that. It's just how you present it. That's why I think that this project is really good, because we were able to bounce ideas off of each other and come almost together as one to make music that we both would love to listen to, regardless that we made it or not. Like, I would want to fucking listen to this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, which
We
is
do listen
important.
to this shit, bro.
Yeah.
This shit is fire, bro.
All the time.
Getting the whip. This is what we're putting on, man. We're not listening to none of that other shit, man. That ass. But yeah, that's why it works out, bro. Because that's why we, like, even more, Laura, that's why we moved out to LA together. Because we didn't even have, like, a personal friendship before we did that. The first time me and this fool ever linked up was on some music shit, like, through mutual friends. Shout out Evil, like, through, you know what I mean? Through mutual friends, we linked up. And the first time we ever linked, we made crazy ass songs. And it was just like, you know what I mean? We decided to move out here together to make the music. That's why we moved out here together. So that's why it's so important that, like, this happened now, because that entire 3 years we lived together, that we didn't do that. We got so caught up in other shit and, you know what I mean, just life in LA and work and whatever the fuck it was. You know what I mean? When the whole point of us moving out here together was to make the music. And it's like, that's why it's special to now having JB be back on the East Coast. We're still out here. For him to pull up and this to just happen naturally was like a blessing. It's a beautiful thing. And that's how you know it's raw. Like, that's how you know it's like authentic, because again, we didn't force it. We didn't do like, oh, we go, you know, our music is so good together, we have to make it. You know what I mean? It was like, nah, bro, we just pulled up and we're like, fuck it, man. Let's do what we've been meaning to do for years. You know what I mean? So it's like, that time is finally here. So it's exciting. Feels good. This fool got me out of my comfort zone on all these songs. Like, you know me, you know my music, like, this is pretty far from what I've done in the past, and that's because of this guy. Like, he, like, pushed me to try a new sound, and, you know what I mean, and I think it ended up being really, really cool.
Let's talk a little bit about what inspired the album initially, and where did the original idea come from? What was the first thing that started pushing things in motion?
You know, motherfuckers been waiting for a tape, I ain't gonna lie. Motherfuckers been waiting for us to do
What
a
made it
collab
happen
project.
this time?
What made it happen this time is both of us as adults and as men are in a lot better spot than we were 4 years ago. When I first moved out here, I was not an artist yet. Frizz was an artist. You know, he was consistent, whatever. So it took me a while to build myself up to really take this shit serious. And it just took a while for us both to match up. When I pulled up, he was on that shit and I was on the same thing. Tickets are not fucking cheap. I spent $585 to fly out here the first time. And I was like, yo, I gotta get something done. I had every intention on just working on my own album. And then we got in the car, it's just like, yo, that shit would be kind of fire if we made something together, like if it worked. And then we made one song led to three led to 9. You know what I mean? And we picked our favorite 7.
We made more than
We
that.
made more than that.
But we picked.
Both of us are in a very similar headspace, as in we want to have fun to make music, but we also want to tackle the part of music that, you know, us artists don't want to deal with. The filming, us keeping a schedule, us putting out content, us worrying about the things that don't necessarily matter about making the music. I'm out here for the second time in 2 months because we need content for it. You know what I'm saying? We want to do this shit the right way, because I think the music is really good and will reflect how serious we are about it.
You know, obviously Jay was out here for an extended like a certain amount of time, but it's like there really wasn't even pressure with that. So I think that pressure was good. It was like, yo, all right, like
Yeah.
if we're gonna do this, then we got to finish this shit before you leave. You know what I mean? And we did.
If this album was a book or a movie, what would your synopsis be? What's your short summary, your one paragraph, what the story is?
A month in Ibiza.
It's a month in a, you say Ibiza or
Ibiza.
Ibiza, a month
Right?
in
That's how you
Ibiza.
say it. That's how you actually say that shit.
That's what they say.
It's a month in Ibiza minus infidelity and minus unhealthiness. Cause I feel like we were on some healthy shit.
We were on some healthy shit.
You said a book or a movie?
Yeah, this is summary.
I haven't read a book since 3rd grade.
Well, you don't have to compare it. I'm just asking if you had to summarize the album in a paragraph. What's the summary of the story of the album?
You're dancing through the pain, man.
It's a blessing to wake up. A lot of people didn't wake up, and a lot of people don't have the ability to do something or have the knowledge to even know that they're capable of pursuing something that might not make sense to everybody else. We're privileged to wake up and any day could change our lives. So that's a blessing. That's not to say that we're gonna ignore shit that really be going on. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of real life shit gets in the way. It's about just remembering why you're doing it. Because if you get consumed by things that have nothing to do with what you're trying to chase, you're not going to chase anything. And just, you know, keeping God first, of course. And, you know, just believing in yourself and fucking trying to make it happen. This shit is not easy. Nothing you want to do in life that's worth it is easy. And if it is easy, it wouldn't even fucking feel good. All these fucking rich, privileged ass people who live lives where they never have to work a day in their life, that's lit. Shout out to their parents. But they don't know what that's just gonna feel like when that ink hits that paper and you wake up with more money than you and your family has ever seen in your life. That's gonna hit different, and I'll take that. You know what I mean? Niggas didn't starve for days at a time. I used to eat a can of refried beans every 2 days. Me and Kale used to split a bag of Sprouts Caesar salad mix, no croutons. Eat that and go out and get fucked up every single night.
The streets give us drink.
Ask me how I went outside and got blackout drunk every night walking out the crib with $15 in my pocket. Ask me.
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you. Motion is something that money can't buy. A
Mm.
lot of you niggas can't even buy anything. It is what it is. God is great. Thank you, God.
Thank you, God, man. At the end of the day, bro, it's expensive music. Me and Jay always talked about that. This fool was always just talking like, yo, we just got to make expensive music, bro. We got to make music that sounds expensive, that breathes expensive. And that's what we did, man. That's what XM is.
Expensive means it's worth something. It has meaning
Yeah.
to it.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody has expensive taste. That doesn't necessarily mean that they go in the store and buy the most expensive shit. It's of worth. And one thing that we're gonna stop doing is being humble is not the same thing as playing down what you have going on. You're a bitch ass nigga, right? Being humble means, you know, toning back your arrogance and confidence because you don't have to show it. When you walk outside and you see a nigga, rah, 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 this braggadocious ass shit, nigga, you are not confident. You
Like
don't
you
hear
said,
us.
yeah.
You don't hear us on our Instagram story. Yo, y'all not even ready for this shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yo, niggas is doing it different. Like, no, simply niggas are better than you niggas. That's what it is. We're saying it because we're being asked to talk about what we're talking about. I would never say that in real life unless you ask me. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm proud of this project. I know Frizz is proud of this project. We had fun. We were healthy during it. I almost lied. I was about to say I didn't take no drugs. I'll say woke up drinking ginger shots. Health is wealth.
Trying to be the last standing.
Trying to be the last nigga standing. You know, there's a difference in real confidence and arrogance. And I'm both. You gotta save some of yourself. You can't always give all of yourself. You know, you gotta have people wanting more because if they're actually interested in what you got going on, and just keep God first, be confident in yourself, and work hard, and you know, things will line up.
Yeah,
You know, good things do not come easy. Thought about quitting this shit a lot.
all the time.
I'm gonna tell you, money doesn't mean anything. Said nobody. Nigga, money means everything, but it's how you get it will determine how you feel after you have it.
How do you picture people listening to the album? When is someone throwing this shit on?
Whenever. That's the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
This project to me is a collective of similar ideas, but not necessarily similar genres. The first song, you might could listen to it late night ride home.
Yeah.
And then Shotgun Wedding comes on, nigga, you're on the beach, you're in a
Yep.
drop top, you're
Yep.
outside. You put that shit on, that shit makes you feel good. It's very nostalgic. That's what this album is. It's nostalgic. It's feel good music. It's nothing to go in this introspective fucking backpack rap snack, all that other
Yeah,
bullshit.
lyrical, spiritual miracle.
Bro, you put this shit on, it's good music and it's a message that people can relate to.
Yeah, this is all real shit, man. You could listen to it anywhere, bro. Maybe some songs are better at night, some songs are better, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, you could really listen, you can experience this shit wherever, which I think is cool, bro. Which I think is cool because there's definitely a lot of music that only makes sense certain places. But we definitely wanted to approach a more, I won't say electronic, but a more dance-oriented sound. Definitely intended to be at the club, definitely intended to be, you know, but at the end of the day, it's our way. We didn't go just for a, you know what I mean, textbook pop, you know, dance, smash it, you know what I mean? We had that in mind, but we did it our way, which I think is special, which I think is really cool. Yeah, there you go. Now we're talking.
Yeah. I can do that. Thank you.
So far, we've been talking a lot about what's in the album or what inspired the album or what it's supposed to mean. Now let's talk about what you chose not to say and why.
There's a lot of shit that we could not talk about, that we should not talk about. But even that, I feel like the shit we do talk about also reflects that, if that makes sense. Me and Jay been through some shit, you know what I mean? In our own ways, as roommates, as friends. That's why it's cool that this shit is happening. There was definitely a point where we should not have been friends, probably. It's cool that we're able to be adults about it and be good enough friends that it's like, you know, motherfuckers see past that shit.
I'll say for the people that know me, you know, I pretty much like say whatever I want, but I think that the more I kind of understand what's going on and like how things usually go and how the world works, I think that I've actually found out from my old music, you know, a lot of the times what you put out is what you receive. So like when I was talking about a lot of things and bad things that I was doing and shit that I was, you know, not glorifying, but not really seeing as a problem, you know, it didn't really change when it comes to drugs and when it comes to, you know, treating myself good. And I don't know. I thought that being real was talking about, you know, being able to shit on yourself and this and that. And it is to an extent, but what you put out is usually what you get back. And I've really noticed that. You know, Chad knows just a lot of the things that I put in my music throughout my albums and my whole discography, 99% of the things that I said that didn't happen yet ended up happening. So I think for this project, I tried to have a more positive outlook, you know, hopefully manifest better.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty blessed right now. I'll say I feel pretty blessed. The position I'm in, the amount of growth that I've had over the last few years. You know, it's really important to be confident in yourself and, you know, be able to own what you have going on. Like, I don't know if you can attest to this, but I'll say years ago when people would ask you what you do, there might be a hesitation to say, oh, I'm a rapper, like I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Now I say that shit loud and proud.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, that's a big step. Own what you are, man. Like, real shit, because you can't expect to get to a higher level if you don't even have expectations for yourself and if you don't actually, like, am proud of what you're doing. That's really, really important, for sure.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I think that we just get that shit off. Like, you don't, everywhere we're at, it's like whenever we tell people that, like they're not even surprised, and I don't even think that's in like a bad way. Yeah, I think that's just how we carry ourselves. Like that's just how we move. It's just like, I mean, people could almost guess that shit. You know what I mean?
Out here though,
Out here, yeah, out here.
because I have the taste of being back in reality, back on the East Coast, after all this shit, and you know what I mean. So it's a little different. But one thing I'll say is, there was a little incident, something that happened that was funny. I said I was an artist, and somebody kind of had something bad to say. A bitch that I didn't even know who it was. You know what I did when I heard that?
What?
I laughed and made another drink. Those that kind of laugh and play down what you have going on usually don't have anything going on in their life. So it's not your job to kind of explain what you do and try to prove to somebody, because at the end of the day, who gives a fuck?
Who
Like,
gives a
people
fuck,
always got
bro?
something to say. I don't give a fuck.
Who gives a fuck,
I don't
man?
give a fuck. And I'll say whatever I want, because 99% of the time, there will be zero consequences. I don't give a fuck. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, do not give a fuck.
Don't care.
I
man.
spent too much money. I did too much to care really about what people have to say now. If I did, I would have been stopped doing this shit.
I feel like motherfuckers would have been gave up if we didn't really love this shit, bro.
Nah,
Like
yeah.
for real, bro. Like,
For sure.
and there were countless times that we almost did give up, bro. Like dead ass. But it's like, I always said that. It's like, yo, if we quit, bro, 2 weeks, bro, we'll be back doing this shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Like,
yeah.
that's just how I look at it. Is that's what we were put on this earth to do, man.
Real shit.
And not stop there. I think we're destined to do much more than just the music, but at the core root, bro, that's what we were put here to do.
What's something that didn't go right while making this album? Or what's a hurdle you had to overcome?
Nothing.
Shit, man. That shit was pretty seamless, I ain't gonna lie. That just attests to like how perfect the timing this shit was. You know what I mean? It's like, you know how many things we done tried to do or that just like didn't go how it was supposed to or didn't go. It's like where this shit was like, we just did it, bro. We just did this shit. It took us what, 3 weeks? We
3
realistically
weeks?
recorded this you know, obviously the
2
mixing-
weeks. I'll say 2
I
weeks.
say recording this project, making the songs was 2 weeks, bro. And it's like, you know, somebody could look at that and be like, oh man, you only took 2 weeks on it. But it's like, man, it took us 3-4 years to be able to make a project in 2 weeks.
Have expectations for yourself, not the outcome.
Yeah.
And that's what everything you do. You should always put expectations on yourself, but if you're determined and you want to make something happen, the outcome is just what naturally you're gonna get, and then you deal with that. We got lucky. There actually was absolutely no luck involved. Actually, just worked hard. We scrapped
We
a
earned
good
it,
amount of
yeah,
songs.
we earned
Like,
that shit.
it's not
We
like it
showed
was.
up.
It's not like it was 7 songs seamless. Nah, we made like 11 or 12,
Yeah.
and we scrapped some. Some didn't make it, and then, you know what I mean. At the end of the time, okay, we're gonna go with this, and then everything lines up.
Nah, we showed up, bro. We
Nah,
definitely
yeah.
showed up. Me and Jay, not to get into it, but we don't waste the time, man.
Nah, yeah,
Out here, when we first moved out here, we don't waste the time, bro. Again,
yep,
fucked up every day, bro. 2 p.m. on a Tuesday,
yep.
getting drunk, bro. Doing, you know, just wasting time. Whereas when it came to this project, that was a long time ago. But when it came to this project, we showed up, bro. We showed up every day. We showed up. We drove 5 hours to Vegas. As soon as we got there, start recording. You know
Didn't
what I
touch
mean?
the
Start-
strip one
didn't touch-
time.
Yo, hey man, we ain't touched the strip one time. We ain't go to a club. We ain't go to nothing, bro. We pulled up and we worked, bro. We worked. So you know what I'm saying? Well, we earned this shit, bro. Everywhere we went, we showed up every single day.
What's that process? Getting songs.
Man, that shit ass, bro. Get that shit out of here.
How did you decide?
Yeah, that shit ass, bro.
It's that simple.
We spent a lot of time driving. You know what I mean? We were going from spot where we would hit 5-6 spots in one day, bro. And every time we got in the car, we just started it from track one. Every song we made, we just start and we would just listen to it through, and whatever wasn't feeling right, get that shit out of here, man. Not even just that the song is ass, but the song
You don't
didn't
fit.
work for
You
the
don't fit.
project.
It's business. Check this out. We love what we doing. Everything's it's business. A lot of people have like attachments to this and that. I have absolutely zero attachment to any song I make. Cause at the end of the day, I'll make some shit. Oh, this shit's lit. That shit don't fit. Fucking throw that shit out.
Throw that
I'll
shit
make
out,
some
man.
shit way better than that next week.
I need to listen to this shit, bro. I've been holding on to music for years, bro. He's
Shut
talking to
up.
me damn near.
Stop being a bitch ass nigga. Put that shit out. Let the world decide. I don't care about what you think about your music. At the end of the day, it's new to whoever listens to it. They're not gonna look at the day, oh, this shit was a year ago. I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga. If somebody likes a song, they're gonna listen to it.
Now I'm gonna do one for each of you to answer one at a time. What is if you could pick one example, what is one moment of detail that you obsessed over that no one will ever know but you? One of those moments where you just really that it just wasn't right. You just had to keep tweaking it, making it perfect. It's a type of shit no one will ever know when they listen to it. But you know.
The first thing that comes to mind is the beat for Blessed. Cause I made that shit when we were in Vegas, and we had recorded a couple other songs over there, and we were just like, I don't know, we were kind of burnt out, low key. Like we just pulled up and hit the ground running, just recording mad shit, and this was like later at night, and everybody was kind of like tired. Where I like wanted to keep making shit, but like we were in a setting where we couldn't keep recording, so I just like opened my laptop and put my headphones in and made the beat for what ended up being the last song on the project. And at that time, that's not even what I was shooting for necessarily. I kind of just wanted to do something. I kind of wanted to just make something. But I made that beat, and I spent hours on it. Like, even though it's a really simple beat, like I spent hours just like locking it in, making sure everything hits right. And that, you know what I mean? Even recording that song, when we loaded that beat up, it's like I tried recording it, and I like, this fool said this shit to me the other day. Like, I couldn't even really put nothing down. Like, usually, I'm not trying to flex or nothing, but
no, say it. It's not. I said that shit about being humble. Just say it.
Yeah. No, every time I sit in front of the mic, bro, I record some shit. Like, I'm usually always able to put something down, like something that's like, okay, this is fine. Whereas like I sat in front of the mic and like I couldn't really come up with nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I was kind of just like burnt out. This is the ass end of the album. Like, we already had X amount of songs done, so it was kind of just like and you know, I put something down. It was some bullshit, and then Jay got on it and he put his verse down, and then that shit he just led the way, and like what I put down after that just made it make perfect sense. But that was the one thing I really fixated on, was the beat and my part of that song. And at least me, I think that's my favorite part of the album. There's definitely one part of that song that's like my favorite moment in the whole album, and it came from that. It came from like being burnt out, being fried, being like, don't really feel like doing this, like, and just forcing ourselves to just, we gotta finish this, we gotta put something down. And again, it ended up being like my favorite part of the project. So that was one that I was like, you know what I mean, super fixated on. Really worked for that part. You know what I mean, really earned that shit.
And that's the thing about having the situation having a collab album, is that, you know, you might not be on your shit, but you're making an album with somebody. I told you, I didn't think nothing. I was on the couch.
Yeah.
I was on the couch chilling. I went out, smoked a cigarette, came back in. You were struggling. I was like, word. I got on the mic, didn't write a single lyric down, and just put that shit down. It sounded right. I was freestyling, whatever. Sounded right. And then you got on, and then the song's done.
Yeah.
Is that sometimes you can't put a lot of pressure. Like, I'm a firm believer, like, when I'm making music, if it doesn't come to me within the first 15 minutes, I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Boom,
but that's
close
good
my
though,
computer.
because again, I would have gave up on it, and you didn't, and then it ended up being one of my favorite parts. So that's,
take a break, come back, 10 minutes, still boom. Go do something else. Go drink some water. Go outside, go smoke a cig, go roll up, go do something, come back, and then it'll usually hit. You know what I mean?
No, we're great collaborators, bro. Like, again, that was the whole purpose of us even moving out to LA and living together. It's like, because we figured out so early on, literally the first day we ever met. You know what I'm saying? We knew each other, but like we never met, we never talked, it was really just a bunch of people saying like, yo, y'all need to link up. Like, yo, Frizz, Jay, y'all have to link up. And we never linked up. I was in Bridgeport, I was in, you know what I mean? We never linked up. And it's like the first time we finally linked up.
And I wasn't supposed to pull up.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to pull up. Evil was like, yo.
He forced me.
He forced you to pull up.
I purposely left my bag at my friend's house so I wouldn't have to go. And then he drove to my friend, he drove to Justin's house and he's like, yo, go get your bag. I said, yeah, but nothing. He cussed me out and told me to get my bag and get in the fucking car.
So not even early on, literally like as early on as it gets, the first day me and this fool ever met, we figured out like that we're just phenomenal collaborators.
No studio. We didn't record one time in the studio. Everything's at the crib.
Yeah.
I lugged all of my audio equipment, put that shit in a
mobile
fucking
studio,
check
bro.
bag, mobile studio, Neve, preamp, all that on the plane. To the point where my 500 series chassis bent in a little bit. It doesn't matter.
The lunchbox got bent.
I'll buy another one. It is what it is.
Shit.
I'll buy another one.
All right, wait. You gotta answer Kale's question though.
Something that I got hyper fixated
Yeah,
on.
something you got hyper fixated on. That was a good tangent though.
That was a
good tangent.
One detail you obsess over that me as a listener would never.
I'll say I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say for me. Yeah. I'll say for me, I am an engineer. I was an engineer before I was an artist, so I do kind of obsess over the mixes sometimes. But I'll say truthfully, nothing. I don't hyper over nothing.
I know yours, but it didn't make the album. There was one take, bruh. There was
let's
this
get
one.
let's talk that
there was
shit. I don't believe this.
There
for
was this
second,
one
man.
bar, bro. There was one bar that this fool took at least 50 takes of. You were literally like, yo, nah, hell no. And I'm like, bro, I know you could do it, bro. I know you could do it. And you got it, bro. And that shit sounds fire. And then this fool scrapped it off the album.
Yeah. But that wasn't me. You told me to keep doing it.
Note to Bonnie. Play it with the soundbite snippet.
I know exactly what
That was you telling me I was about to just give up because
Exactly.
I knew in the back of my mind that song wasn't gonna make the shit.
You just talking about a part of the project or part of the process that you like tripped up about, like, yeah, that you just like you locked in, bro. Like you. Yeah.
Yo, nothing.
We're at this point in the interview. I'm 2 beers in, no food today, so just toss it.
Another question for each of you. You can only pick one, so don't try to pull any bullshit out here, ramble on about this one and that one and this one. You can pick one bar or verse of yours that's your favorite from the whole album. You got one line, one thing, or anything that stands out. Maybe you got multiple, but pick one.
Does it have to be one line or can it be a part? Like
It can be a part, a verse, a line.
You can go first.
Shit,
Yeah.
maybe you just got a favorite word. I don't know.
It's the shit that I talked about, Blessed. It's the last song, and it's just a single bar that I say that goes into his verse, and I think it's the best part of the album. Like it's the most memorable. It's the most, and that's the one I was just talking about where it took me time to, you know what I mean? But it's like that shit just hits, bro. That shit is so fire. It's just like, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to hear it, but it's like that's my favorite part is in Blessed. It's in the last song, and the beat cuts out, and I say some shit, and then this fool starts bugging, and that's just like that's my favorite part, 100%. What I say? Keep my sanity, and you're paying it. Yeah.
I fell off again.
Paying me. This fool Jake chopped my vocal and put it as like an ad lib after it, and that shit goes so crazy.
I kind of like own me in place. What I said? I said you're just so far from an angel. Left me with no time to brace.
So funny
How
how things work
out.
out.
It goes up, down till it goes away. I feel burned out.
Trust God, lean back on my faith. I said that
Yeah.
unconsciously because I said, you're so far from an angel, you didn't even give me time to brace. You know how angels fall from heaven?
Yeah.
And then I said it goes up, down, like shit like that. But
Yeah.
that's not even like some lyrical, spiritual shit. Sometimes when you say shit, it be like that. Like you say shit that I really feel like it just be like that. And I can attest for that like on other shit that I've done, like verses and shit. I don't really think much when I write or when I freestyle. I just be saying shit.
Yeah, just gotta let that shit.
And that shit be just
happen.
real. Like,
Yeah.
so I like how authentic that is.
There's another part that's so fire that didn't make the album. It's the fucking song with Tori.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
Those
Yeah.
4 bars, we might have to do something with that shit, bro.
Nah,
Cause
yeah,
the
yeah.
4 bars you did, bro. Oh my, what was that?
Life ain't easy, it ain't always fair.
Yo,
Yeah.
that shit.
Devil tried to get me,
but
but he
no,
knew he
yeah.
what?
Yo, anytime we played that shit for somebody, they were like, "Whoa,
But that's the thing.
bro."
But that's the thing.
whoa."
But that's the thing that comes back down to you can't have an attachment to shit. And that's a song that I really, really, really fuck with, but in terms of the bigger picture, might not fit. And that's why you have to remove your attachment to shit for the greater good. You know what I mean?
I got drunk in this interview.
Damn. Guess we got to go to Mix again.
Oh, shit.
My
I
fault.
was fucking up.
This album's sponsored by Mix.
So
This album is sponsored by God because I thought somebody came to your crib
This
last
album
night.
is sponsored by Rolls Royce.
The sprinkler system came on, and then I got up. I heard the fucking cats were wilding, so I got up like, all right. I walked in, and then there's a reflection off the door. I thought I was gonna have to get into
get
it.
into it, yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, damn, this nigga's bigger than me. Cause I seen the reflection. I was like, yo, this is a big nigga. Like, I was like, yo, this is a big nigga. Like, I be forgetting how big I am until you like,
Oh,
I'm like, yo.
Oh shit.
And it's like, yo, at the end of the day, it's you or me. It would have been a bad day to be him. The knife I was gonna pick, we made brisket and shit. I took a paper towel and the blade accidentally hit. The shit cut cleanly through a piece of fucking paper towels. That's tough. It's you or me. I'm gonna choose me every time.
All right, this is a little 2-parter question. This one's for fun. And it's another one for each of you.
You can't even keep doing these because this fool's not even answering.
Now, I'm going to start with Jay this time. This is your first time ever listening to the album through. You're doing the car test for the first time. You haven't done it yet. You get to pick one car to listen to it in, and you're eating one food. What food are you eating? And what car are you eating it in when you listen to this shit through the first time?
I'll say I'm listening to this in a Mercedes 1984 SL. What is it? SL 800, SL 400 drop top.
I think I like the SL 350.
SL 350 all red drop top with a modern, a modern sound system. Sound systems back then. So that while drinking a Robeck smoothie or a Smoothie King strawberry banana smoothie
Yep.
with yogurt. Shout out to the Mexicans, they make ass smoothies. I'm not trying to just drink fruit. I like the white people smoothie with the yogurt in it, the vanilla yogurt. And I'll say with a cigarette in my hand, I'm not driving because I'm fucked up. I need somebody else to drive, and I'm just sitting there with the wind blowing in my face, blasting that shit, just listening to that shit on the 101 or on the PCH headed to Malibu Seafood. That's why
Yo, this is a PCH
Yeah.
album, bro.
it's a PCH album.
Always in the car eating on the way to go eat.
I'm drinking a smoothie on the way to go eat. I don't like eating in the car. I'm
Yo,
fat.
I
You can't
hate
do that.
eating in the car. Word.
That's big
This
people
is
shit.
definitely, that's a good point. I would want to be in a Tesla with a halal plate. I want to be in my car because that's the sound system I'm used to. I know exactly how shit should be sounding. I want to be in that car with a fucking fat ass halal plate with mad of the fucking tzatziki sauce and 2 strips of the fucking hot sauce and a cigarette, of course. Windows down.
Is there anything you want to leave people with before they hear this album for the first time?
This little started by leaving people with something. I'll let you.
No, I'll let you go. Fuck that political shit.
No, what I want to leave y'all with when it comes to this album is don't expect anything, bro. Not that I don't want expectations to get too high, but I genuinely feel like this isn't what I would expect from a collab project from AMJ and Frizz. So I just feel like take that shit for what it is. You know what I mean? Because it's beautiful. It's awesome. Like, it's great. It's great music. It's fucking expensive music, bro. It's real expensive music. We worked really hard on it. This is a long time coming. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we spent a lot of time on it. We're still spending time on it, perfecting it, everything. But just go in open-minded. You know what I mean? And I do think you could be anywhere. You know what I mean? You don't got to be in a certain, you know what I'm saying? So just, like, take it for what it is. Just pull up and bump that shit, bro. And I think you'll fuck with it, bro. I think everybody will fuck with that shit.
Yeah, what you got?
Yeah.
The difference is I did that on purpose. I'm gonna sit up. The difference is that I can be in silence and still be comfortable with myself. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to be the loudest nigga in the room. I'm gonna take these off. Check this out. I am exactly who I think I am, and I make the music exactly how I want it to sound. Right? You know, I talk to people, Jay, you're not doing this enough. You're not doing the content enough, and this and that. It's not just about music. I'm gonna say this. I 100% agree. You know, sometimes you have to put your ego aside and you have to listen, because I don't know everything. Because if I knew everything, I'd be out of here, right? So this project taught me to, you know, to be very humble, to listen to advice from people, my managers letting me know what I should be doing and this and that. From now on, I think I owe it to myself to really, you know, keep up the content, really put myself out there. But I'm gonna tell you this. We can act like it's the same thing. Nigga, when I make music, it's not the same thing. Y'all do everything right, except for be good. I respect y'all craft. I respect y'all craft. I think that I appreciate everybody that is creative, you know, takes the risk to really put themselves out there. But I'm gonna leave you with this. I said it already in the beginning of the interview. I'm gonna say it right now. Being humble does not mean downplaying what the fuck you have going on, right? I would say that I'm a humble person, I guess. I'm not the loudest nigga in the room. I am volume-wise, but not like, at the end of the day, if you truly believe in yourself and you truly think that your shit is really good, put it out, let the world judge it, and then you do your due diligence and put your best foot forward. Film content. Step outside your comfort zone, start performing and all that. But at the end of the day, I have a supreme belief that I am better than all of you niggas. And I don't even ask for the same respect because I don't need it. I don't need any of you niggas respect. I don't need none of y'all. Yo, this nigga Jay nice. I don't need none of that. I don't even make music for you. I make music for women. I hop off the plane, walk into the studio, and I'm receptive to everybody. I'm down to work. Yo, you would think these niggas signed for 200 M's, you know? And I'm gonna say this, due to my perspective on shit, I truly believe that God is great. And I believe that I'm where I'm at and where I'm gonna go because of shit. And you are gonna stay where you're at because of how you act. I correlated to, I played baseball in college for a JUCO and shit. Yo, some of the best hitters I ever seen in my life were in the batting cage. Let them niggas go in the game. Niggas are garbage. They couldn't hit a fucking watermelon. These niggas couldn't hit a watermelon with a bazooka wiffle ball bat. I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
We got it, man.
I'd have been stood up. If I felt like I'd be in frame of the camera. But God is great. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm very excited. We put a lot into this shit. April, it's coming out in April. Simple as that.
XM, man. Expensive music, man. Frizz and AMJ.
That's it.
That's all you need to know, man.
That's it.
That's all you need to know.
Literally what I said, internalize that shit.